As well as Art, the Anti-Chat Show in Joe Franklin's office, for one of our most famous entertainers and guests. What's your name, my friend? Sounds like Joe, right?
You've been well trained with Joe. Well, let me tell you, Joe Franklin, this man, I never forget this man, because not only is he a legend, but he gave me my first break on TV here, and among with thousands of other people. But I first met Joe in 1968 when I first came to New York, and I met these guys. They said, you know, you need a little exposure. Why don't you call Joe Franklin up, see if he'd put you on the show? Well, you couldn't get through to Joe Franklin, particularly in those days. But anyway, I eventually called into the 42nd Street office, went up the stairs, back on 42nd Street then, Joe. And I went up the stairs and Joe said, oh, come in. And I had an LP, which I had. So he asked me a few questions, took the LP, and of course, this man was a TV star in the great metropolis of New York and the US of A. So he said, well, after about 15 minutes, he put his jacket on and he said, come on with me. And we walked from 42nd Street round to the studios. I don't know what avenue they were on. It was, anyway, they were in around the same neighborhood. But Joe went around a couple of back streets. I'm along with him. Everybody saying, hi, Joe, here, there. And I said, it made me feel very important to be with this man. Joe went in, did the radio show up in the studio. I sat there the whole time. He didn't ask me any questions, by the way, in those days, because I was just new. And did the whole radio show, and he put his jacket on, said, let's go. Walked back to 42nd Street, and we got up there. Joe said to me, call me on Monday, and I've good news for you. How about that?
And what happened on Monday?
It was the first radio show I was on. I never spoke a word. Joe Franklin did, and I was sitting in awe of this man.
That's enough for now. Now listen, Tom.
Okay. Be Yourself As Well As Art, the Anti-Chat Show here with our lovely new actress, one of Joe Franklin's new finds, next to a famous Arthur Green. Arthur Green will be playing later on for us. Could you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, my name's Alison Kareen. I'm from Houston, Texas.
All right.
Yeah. And I moved here to New York about 2 years ago. I'm a singer, dancer, actor, and running around town looking for work right now, auditioning.
You come by to say hello to Joe. Everyone comes by to say hello to Joe.
Gotta come by and say hi to Joe.
And your name again?
I'm Allison.
Allison, it's a pleasure to see you. What are you doing? Going down for an audition today?
Yeah, I am.
All right, what is it going to be?
For Sound of Music.
All right.
Yeah.
The hills are alive with the sound of music.
Yeah.
Yeah, good luck. Be Yourself As Well As Art blesses you and thanks you, and once again says, always in Joe Franklin's office you find somebody. Look, he's in conference deftly with someone there. All right, Allison, can we find you anywhere? Any way we can contact you if we need you? Just come to Joe Franklin's office and ask for Allison.
Joe Franklin's office. Ask for me, yeah.
All right. Be Yourself As Well As Art with Allison. Be Yourself As Well As Art, the Anti-Chat Show with Joe Franklin and his newfound talent. Even though these guys have been talented for a long time, everyone seems to be newfound when they're in Joe's office. Yeah. What do you think about that, darling?
I like being newfound.
You are newfound, darling. Absolutely. Be Yourself As Well As Art, the Anti-Chat Show. Right. Welcome to Be Yourself As Well As Art, the Anti-Chat Show with the infamous, famous, and in perpetuity, Joe Franklin. How you doing today, Joe?
Wow, what a eulogy, what a eulogy. Well, I can only tell you that I've introduced in my heyday many great musicians, many artistic personalities, but today is the day of days. Two of my all-time idols. I mean, their names on a billboard bring in the mobs, the legions, the flocks of fans who just adore their gorgeous, gorgeous sounds, their music, their renditions of everything. I want to get them onto my show. I want to get them on Sirius satellite radio. Roger Anderson and Arthur Green represent to me what is the ultimate in modern day music. Not the old time junk, not the futuristic junk, but as of now, what the people are buying and selling and listening to and enjoying. And we must face the fact that this kind of music is making great impacts all over the world. Mr. Anderson and Mr. Green on the Tom Reagan Show, and it goes like this.
Be Yourself As Well As Art.
Go ahead up and meet Joe.
Come on through, darling. What's your name, darling?
Shane Dukevich.
And what do you do, darling?
I teach ballet and I'm an actor.
All right. You're going to be in a new show anytime soon? Where can we find you?
I'll be in a show called The Great Divide this summer, hopefully at the Fringe.
Okay, sounds great.
Yeah.
Be Yourself As Well As Art in Joe Franklin's office with
Shane Dukevich.
All right, Shane. Come on and say hello to Joe. Come on right back here. Whenever you're ready, gentlemen.
What do you want? Sophisticated. Huh? All right, take care.
Professor Astro in the back. Hello, Professor. All right. Getting tanked as usual. Amigo. That's Shane right there. Hey, babe.
Shane. Shane.
What's up, Shane? What's happening?
It ain't low down dirty Shane.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Mr. Diamond, what's going on?
How you doing today?
All right, what's happening, Mr.
Just
Diamond?
hanging out with Professor Astro. He's doing his little street magic, and just came in to visit Joe.
I heard you brought a new girl in Shane today. She's
Yes, I
a
did.
newfound star
We
here.
have two international dancing beauties now.
Oh yes, absolutely.
It's me again.
Hello.
Miss Texas.
Absolutely.
Texas, right?
Yes.
You guys are good.
I don't forget. And then we've got Shane.
You were a baby.
Wait. Start.
From the top.
Okay.
2, 3.
You take it around.
4.
You want the bridge?
From the top.
Okay.
Once around the bridge, once around.
Do Luther.
Joe, what do you think of these guys? They're great. No,
How
Joe?
long?
Whatever he wants.
Do Luther. Go and do Luther. Do Luther.
Be Yourself As Well As Art, the Anti-Chat Show. With Joe and the gang here and Dr. Astro.
Mr. Diamond,
Mr. Diamond.
world champion pool shooter.
Oh, Wow! Yo, whoa, 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 whoa. How'd you like that, darling?
That was beautiful.
Not as beautiful as you, and maybe close. Maybe close.
You flatter me.
All right. Art the Green.
Thank
Very
you.
good.
Thank you, Mr. Reagan.
Billy, come through, Billy.
And you can just, don't worry about playing as things go on. There's, you know. This place is a loose cannon, right? Right, Arthur?
Yeah.
It's a bit loose here.
Yeah. A bit. I'm gonna sit down.
Hell. You want to sit down?
Go well.
You want to sit, whatever. You can get over there in the corner if you want to sit down. You need a break?
No. You want to do another one now?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we can cut out, right?
Let me get out of your way, guys.
Thanks again.
Huh? Yeah, we can cut out, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Let me get out of your way.
Because I know it's a bit tight here.
I was traveling this time of day. I hate to come out at this time of day.
I know. It's crazy, right?
I come out in the rush hour.
Sometimes you don't have a choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
No, let's do the equinox.
You can, they couldn't sit here.
Yeah.
Hey, Donny, huh?
These guys are terrific.
Oh, they're right there for us, right there. Oh, good.
Nobody loves me but my mama. Yeah. Yeah, all right, yeah, all right, live from New York, yo, all right.
I just want to tell you two gentlemen that they've enlivened our lives, our music, our homes, our dedication to what's great. I hope they come back here soon and often, and God bless them both.
All right.
Great people, great people.
Okay, cheers. Thank you, Joe.
Cheers,
Be yourself as well as art with Joe Franklin. Here we are with Dr. Astro.
Many years of constipated practice to put that card that high.
Let me see. There it is. Out of nowhere, there it is. Once again, Dr. Astro makes them stick to the ceiling. Automatic.
It's called Making Magic Memorable.
All right. Be yourself as well as art here with Dr. Astro.
How you doing? Just came back from South Beach, $10 hot dogs, and I did as good as I could down there.
No job, no money, no car, but I'm in a band.
In the band, 40 years now.
18 and 95, as long as they're in a band.
Yes, we do weddings, divorces, annulments, and checkups. If you need me, call Joe Franklin's office.
Joe Franklin.
That's right.
Be yourself as well as art, the anti-chacho with Peter Bernard and Joe Franklin.
Well, when I started my show in 1996, I had these local comedians on. One of them, who was my favorite, I kept promoting her. She became famous, and then she got on Saturday Night Live and then movies, and she's got her own TV show now. Amy Poehler.
She's very famous.
Yeah.
She's gigantic.
I was the first to put her on television. So now she and her comedy troupe have their own comedy school.
She's making $100,000 a week. She is. I know.
Right? So, yeah.
What is your new project? Tell us, so we can maybe get you an actress.
I don't want to talk about that, but
okay.
I'm doing this other thing called Peter Bernard's New York, where I'm ripping off Tom's idea and interviewing interesting people around New York, but also telling stories about my past too.
I'm glad to hear you're ripping off something for me, so at least someone will make some money. You know, I've been accused of being a socialist for years, you know.
That's true, just 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, right. No, I was a communist, earlier, so don't kid yourself. It gets worse and worse as things go through the mail. But I am kind of a socialist, Joe. I was a socialist baby, grew up in New York, you know, Social Security, Joe, and everything. Would you consider me a socialist, Joe, communist, or just an opportunist?
I would say you're Greek, I mean, you're a great man.
Be yourself as well as with Joe Franklin, my mentor, savior, and I emulate Joe in many ways.
You may kiss my ring.
I want to say you are a major inspiration for me and for everyone I know who does any kind of interview show at all.
I appreciate that, really.
Really?
Means a lot.
Who was there anybody that you wanted to interview that you never got a chance to interview?
Greta Garbo, she wouldn't come on. But I had 5 U.S. presidents. I had Charlie Chaplin.
Yeah.
Cary Grant. John Wayne. Frank Sinatra 4 times. Bing Crosby twice, you know.
Right.
Peter, what's one of the shows you really remember?
5 times.
Who?
Ronald Reagan, 5 times.
Well, for me, when I was a kid, Bing Crosby was my favorite on your show. And also, I loved the Jay Giles Band episode when that was current. You know,
they were great. I had them twice.
Yeah, I remember the first one.
They had two gold platinum records. That's a freeze frame and centerfold.
Right, and they did it on your show. I remember specifically. Yeah, yeah. It's such a classic show. I'm so happy that you're still working and we still get to hear you.
Drive my cab at night. I've been hailed by millions.
We made a film once together.
Oh yeah? What film was that?
It was called Punk Rock Zombie Kung Fu Catfight.
I love it. Say it one more time.
Punk Rock Zombie Kung Fu Catfight. But it was so crappy, I give it away for free on YouTube now. I mean, it was so great that I had to share it with the public.
You still functioning?
Oh yeah. I'm still on, 30th? I shouldn't say his address.
It's alright, don't worry about it.
That's great.
Yeah, he's still putting out new books all the time. You know, UFO books mostly these days.
Oh, fabulous. He's such a smart man.
Joe loves books, right, Joe?
Oh, yeah.
The maven of the books. What happened to Mr. What's this, Finkelmeyer here? Someone crushed his nose. What the hell happened? Tell you, when you look around Joe's office, there's all sorts of crapola.
You can make a movie just about the office.
Oh, yeah.
But I wouldn't call it crapola.
So when is your show on the air?
Me tonight at 2 a.m.
It's a good time.
Actually, for public access, it is because we get a lot of phone calls because there's not much else that's good on.
Do it live?
No, but we try and do it as much live on tape as we can to make it more immediate. We can't really do it live at 2 a.m. Well, we could, but it would cost us money, and we'd rather do it free.
What kind of people do you chat with, for example? What kind of people?
Well, on that show, I'm mostly letting Angel, the comedian, just do whatever she wants because we get a bigger reaction that way. The more she's on camera, the more the fans like her. And but I'm doing interviews for this other thing for the internet.
Great.
And that's your internet show. What's the name of that show again?
That's called Peter Bernard's New York. I'm embarrassed to say it. It's like egotistical sounding.
It's all right though. But you love being egotistical. Don't lie to us. Come on, Bernard.
All right.
But I can't believe you took it from me. I can't even believe the idea that anyone would take anything from me. I mean, if anything, he would take it from Joe Franklin. He began everything. Everything began with Joe. You know, all roads lead to Joe's office. Or Joe's orifice. Oh, wait a second now. What kind of party is this?
Well, like the way you don't show yourself on camera, but you show me and make me nervous. That's what I do. I show other people on camera. I don't like to be on camera too much.
Well, you're here at Joe's office. It's a milestone.
That's true.
Or a mild stone, or a little mildly stoned. Wait a second. What kind of country is it?
A landmark.
A landmark. Be yourself as well as art with an innovator of television and a new innovator of internet, and our famous.
Yeah, let's talk to this.
This is our pool shop, right? Is that what you call yourself? A shop?
No, I don't call myself anything. Other people call me that, but it's okay.
Who did you beat? Who's the big guy you beat in the pool? I mean, anybody who, did you beat Paul Newman, Fats Domino, what's his name?
As a young kid in the boys club, I played Willie Mosconi. He
Yeah?
was the greatest of all time, yeah. He broke the balls wide open. I ran 100. He looked over at me and he goes, that will never happen again. And then he ran 200 and it was over. But I was a young kid. I was 13 years old.
Where was the boys club?
Newark, New Jersey.
All right.
And from there, I just got involved in New York. And
talk about that. Look at them shoes. Those are New York shoes if I ever
Those
saw
are New York shoes.
Where'd you get
they're
them?
comfortable. Friend of mine,
Oh, yeah?
Soho's got a place he makes them.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Look, you're flashy. Look at this. You got the rings. You got all this stuff here.
Most of this I win, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't buy. I win it. Nah, because, they seem to like to gamble, and everybody's looking to gamble with me, and I go, okay, let's play, and then I usually emerge victoriously.
They consider you a mark when they first walk in.
Right.
And then what happens?
Well, then I just, do what I got to do, And it's usually...
He says it with a double... Look at the smile. He's got two smiles, one in the back, one in the front.
No, but it's been interesting. I've had a good run in New York, and I wouldn't, if I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't change a darn thing.
I'd love to come and, videotape you, like, taking somebody for a ride, if you know what I mean, but...
It's really, I don't take people for a ride. They kind of look to rob me, and then I just flip it, you know what I mean? But through the years... I've learned more hanging around pool rooms than I could have, I think, with a doctorate in education from Harvard.
Absolutely.
Because I met a unique group of people, learned a lot about life.
Yeah. But imagine the loans you would have to pay off for going for Harvard.
Oh,
I know a
forget
kid,
about
he's
it.
done it one season's $50,000.
Yeah. I know a family that sent their daughter to Princeton, and they, for 4 years, spent over $200,000 easy.
Right, and what happened? Where's she working now?
Well, she's not working now. That's the irony of the whole situation, the way the economy is. I believe she's a teacher, and now she just goes on and tries to learn more and get the master's.
What do you think would have been better off if they just bought her a house and and paid for it, or what?
Probably, but I believe, I'm old school like Joe. I believe the best of times were the old days. Right. I don't believe, with all the technology and all the newness, but meanwhile, people are carrying huge debt. It's just people have a crazy philosophy of life right now. I believe years ago it was better when people made $10,000 a year, bricklayers, carpenters, everyday guy, $200 a week. They were able to carry a small mortgage. They didn't have all the credit card debt. They had their bills paid. Now people make $100,000 a year and are broke from payday to payday and don't know living above their means. You can't live above your means. You got to live within yourself. That's how you stay out of trouble. And
you can breathe a bit.
True, but most people want to keep up with the Joneses. I just was taught by my dad that don't worry about what other people, worry about what you can attain for yourself. And I think he gave me the greatest advice ever.
Mm-hmm. Keep your overhead low.
Keep your overhead low and learn to stay away from vices. because I learned a lot. No, but I'm not a gambler. You have it all wrong. I gamble
He has a
on my
leveraged
ability.
investment.
On my
Leverage.
ability. I don't go to casinos. I don't take. First of all, people that go to casinos are gambling against billion-dollar corporations. They didn't build these billion-dollar casinos for people like you and me to go down there and attain wealth. No, it doesn't work that way.
Now the percentages are leaned in their favor. No?
And the worst you can ever do is go to a casino and win money, because now you think, I don't have to work, I can attain money, and that's how they get you. That's why in New Jersey alone, Atlantic City, already they've broken all the high rollers, Now they depend on senior citizen buses, which are not that good, because seniors, you're taking money away from people that, after they lose their money, where are they going to eat dog and cat food the rest of the month? So it's kind of
it's an ugly
embarrassed.
scene.
It's an ugly scene, right?
Scene.
But
So
I've
what do you
learned.
call what you do?
What I do right now is basically live off the fat of the land. I do have a degree. I graduated at the University of 8th Avenue.
All right.
I have a doctorate from McGurr's Billiard Academy, and I have my PhD from UCLA.
Really?
Really, the university on the corner of Lexington Avenue. And that's
I thought that was Hunter College.
No, that's 66th Street. That is, but I have it from the little university on the corner of Lexington Avenue next to the bodega.
Be Yourself As Well As Art with our famous sharpshooter, otherwise known as
Donny Diamonds.
Donny Diamonds. Lovely to see you. Be Yourself As Well As Art.
A pleasure.
Here in Joe Franklin's office.
The living legend.
The living legend.
There he is. Now, you people out in TV land might think Joe is sleeping, but he is not. He knows exactly what we're saying right now, and when he wakes up, he'll go, by the way, what was said when I was resting my pupils?
Well,
There he is.
Al Jolson, who said to me that on one knee he brought the entire world to its feet.
Without a doubt.
And I said, Al, go down on both knees, the whole world is wiped out.
Be Yourself As Well As Art with Joe Franklin without a flinch.
Without a flinch.
Hello, this is Joe Franklin, as in Memory Lane Joe Franklin, just reminding you that Be Yourself As Well As Art is now seen on Channel 34, Tuesday nights at midnight. I've been on the show myself, I've seen the show, and I think it's a fascinating potpourri of what to do, what's happening around town, so make a note, Tuesdays, Channel 34, midnight, Be Yourself As Well As Art, and you will thank me for this recommendation, and I thank you for watching this announcement. See you soon.
Thank you, Joe. Be Yourself As Well As Art with Joe Franklin.